we welcome you back to college basketball here on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
And guys, without a doubt, it's been a rough go so far here for Freak and his team. They just can't find anything to capitalize on consistently thus far.
And Greg, I'm anticipating plenty of adjustments from the coach, but I tell you what, when it comes down to what happens in the second half, it's about the players executing. A few quick baskets right out of the gate, and it's anybody's game.
Freak in at the 4 spot. Free out there with Fresh. Then there's Campbell, and it's Roberts in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Arizona, we've got Johnson. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Mitchell, and it's Lewis in at the 5 spot. Now here's Freak. He has 6. A rebound by Mitchell. Here's Hollis Jefferson, free, defending, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Arizona shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. UCLA trails by 10. The feed to Freak. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Freak's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
Well, for the Arizona Wildcat program, they didn't really become the force it is today until the 80s. Since then, Greg, Arizona has been a big player in the conference.
How about having a string of conference titles, 14 in total, all coming since 1986.
And the Bruins going here with a whole new group out there. Here's Free.
And for the Wildcats, arguably their best years were in the late 90s and early 2000s. In 1997, they won their lone college championship. A lot of trips to the Final Four around that time, too.
Freak, he's in at the 4 spot. Porter is out there with Free. Then there's Campbell, and it's Roberts in at center. The pass to Freak. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And Arizona has been on the upswing in recent seasons, though. They continue to come into the tournament as a high seed and win their conference. This could be the start of kind of a second golden age for the program.
It's stolen by Lawson. And now Arizona on the break. Lawson with the ball.
And that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up 2 baskets, the one you didn't get, and then the one you allow the opponent to get.
Move the ball. We've got 1:55 left here in the second half. Here's Freak. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
You know, you hear about the once-in-a-generation player, and Freak just might be that for his generation. Big men can be most impactful on the floor, and boy, does he change a game.
That is what's so great about Freak. Even when he isn't scoring, you can see his presence on the floor. That is what great big men do. You can see how special of a player this kid has a chance to become.
Stolen by Mitchell. And here comes Lawson leading the fast break. 1:19 left to play in the second half. Johnson in the corner. He feeds it to Lewis. Can't get it to go. The Bruins go the other way with it. Free passes to Freak. And the lead is down inside single digits. And here's Lawson. Here's Mitchell. Here's Johnson. Battles through traffic and lays it in. And Arizona leads by 9.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And here's Arizona now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Landry dishes to Carter. Pass to Roberts. Feeds it to Landry. He kicks it to Carter. So Arizona wins it. And this is where it's at, folks. The college tournament ends here tonight. For one team, the joy of a lifetime will be achieved. And there's no doubt going to be some incredible action all along the way. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers facing the UCLA Bruins.
You got that right. I mean, this is what each student athlete has worked so hard for all season long. An opportunity for the title. I mean, this game might very well be the defining moment for the lives of every one of these young men.
Both these teams have gone through so much adversity just to make it here. All tournament long, it's been survive and advance, but now this is the part where you put all your chips on the table and just lay it on the line.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. We've got Hawkins. He's out there with Hill. Decker is out there with Kaminsky. And it's Evans in at the four-shot.
And not many people know this, but the Badgers do have one college title in their trophy case. Won the tournament back in 1941. A different time back then, but a title nevertheless.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title.
Hawkins with it. It's Evans on the wing. It's stolen. Here's Free. And for that 1941 title you mentioned, Greg, for the Badgers, it was actually their first invitation to the college tournament, Clark.
How about that for a first impression?
Yeah, not bad.
Not too bad at all. Prior to their recent run of success, that was their lone bright spot as a program.
Kaminsky, and he misses the go-ahead basket.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school.
And the Bruins go here with a whole new group out there. And some changes here for the Bruins. Freak comes in for Looney, and Fresh subbed in for Barton. Dawkins checked in for Wisconsin. Payton comes in for Hill. Freak in at center. Fresh is out there with Starks. Then it's Johnson, and it's Morris in at the 3. Now here's Conley. Here's Hawkins. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Here's UCLA and Wisconsin looking at who they've got. They've got Dawkins. Dawkins is out there with Payton, and it's Gibson in a power forward position.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
Morris outside. Here's Freak. Soft touch off the glass. Freak's got 8 points. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The feed to Gibson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gibson's got his first points in this one.
Oh, how about the floater there? Nice drop.
And the And welcome back. We're just about ready to get going with the second half of a historical championship game. For those just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan, pleased to be alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony as we get set to watch how the college basketball season will end.
And in a championship game like this one, guys, you would have expected a close battle. I don't think either side is going to be able to run away and hide in this one.
And Greg, tight games like this are where legends are born. I mean, if a player like Freak can come up huge in this final half of play, he'll anchor himself in school history as one of the greats to ever play the game.
Freak, he's in at the 4 spot. Fresh is out there with Free. Then there's Campbell, and it's Roberts in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Badgers, Hawkins is out there with Hill. Then it's Decker, then it's Kaminsky, and it's Evans in at the 4-man position. Evans with the steal. In transition, here come the Badgers. And it's denied. Now Campbell, down low, Fresh. The Badgers pull it in. Kaminsky's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kicks to Hill. For the lead. Again, missing Hill.
And what a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.